Good morning. I'm Adeline Harper here with golf coach Waller, right? You're head for boys and girls.
Correct.
Yep. And today we will be doing a coach's corner to talk about and kind of recap what's been going on in golf. So how are you this Wednesday morning?
I'm well.
You're well. Are you excited for tomorrow's game?
Excited. It's going to be a long day. We got to be down there at 8 a.m. and we don't tee off till close to noon. Some of the boys groups, so it'll be an all-day affair. But I feel confident that they're prepared.
That's good. Why don't they tee off till noon? Is it because they stagger, like have multiple?
Yeah,
people?
So they all go off the same tee. Okay. They're not split teeing until later because we have to share golf courses with the members. So the members are actually playing early in the morning, and then we go after them. It's all about course availability and making money. So yeah, unfortunately we have to wait a little longer, and because we are one of the better teams in the region, we get paired in the last group of pairings because they usually put the best 3 teams in the last pairing.
Okay.
So we're one of those 3. It'll be us, LaGrange, and Bainbridge will be in the last pairings.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I hope you guys do good or do
Appreciate
well.
it.
And then after that, you have like the state, right?
Yeah, so the girls are actually playing tomorrow at the Fields, and the boys are at Highlands. The girls are teeing off a little earlier than us, but they tend to play a little slower, so they'll probably finish about the same time. But the girls are probably favored to win it, to win area. And the boys, you have to finish in the top 3 to qualify for state, and I feel like we will end up finishing in the top 3.
Okay. Why do you think the girls are more favored to win?
Well, they just have more experience. On the boys' side, I have 0 seniors.
Really?
And of the top 6 golfers that we're sending, only 2 of them played in the area tournament last year.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a bunch of new faces on the boys' side, and on the girls' side, the girls that are playing for us, all but one of them played in the area tournament last year. So they know what it looks like, and they have more experience.
Okay. I guess, like, I see how that could be. I guess I could see why the girls would be more favored to win. But I guess on the boys' side, that's in a way kind of good because that means there's more room for growth since you don't have any seniors, because juniors and sophomores.
We've already improved over the course of this season, and with 0 seniors on that team, we'll literally have the entire team back next year. So we'll be very competitive going forward. It's this date tomorrow. We'll see how much we've matured in the game to see if we can handle the pressure, because that's really what. Everybody's good at golf that plays high school golf for the most part. It's just how can you handle the pressure situations. That's basically what it comes down to.
What would be like a pressure situation? Are you talking about like where stroke counts are really close, or?
Well, it's more about just the environment and the pressure of playing against somebody that's your age, your ability, trying to beat you, right? Most people when they play golf, they go out with a group of friends. They're relaxed. They play on a Saturday afternoon, and they're trying to beat their friends, but in the end, nobody really cares.
Right.
In high school golf, when you tee off on the first tee, there's 50 people standing behind you watching you tee off that you don't know. And so you have that pressure of people watching you play, wanting to watch you play, and then you're playing against people that are as good or better than you a lot of the times, and you're trying to beat them. And that it makes you perform differently. That pressure makes you play golf a different way, overanalyze stuff, manage the course differently. And so that's the experience that we've tried to gain over the course of the year that we're better at now, and we'll be even better next year.
I know, like you said, so with football, that kind of pressure is more of a sort of a physical type of pressure, but with golf, obviously it's physical and you always have to like train, but also it's a big mental game. And especially going from casual playing or maybe like best ball, how do you kind of ease, especially the younger boys, into this, or not really ease, but how do you get them comfortable to the pressure of, 50 or more people watching you and it all being like on you.
Yeah, you got to put them in that situation over and over again. So we do a lot of, we play matches during the week. We played several tournaments and just put them in that scenario over and over again to get them used to it. And they'll have to do some of that on their own this summer and go play some tournaments and different events that will continue to put them in that competitive environment. That's really the only way. You can't get good at golf by practicing golf. You got to get good at golf by playing golf. And so the only way to get good is to play and to consistently play and be in all those different scenarios that you could possibly be in and how to handle those situations so that when they come up later on, you've been through that before, right? It's nothing new. And that's the challenge for us, is that because we're young and inexperienced, we're learning a lot of stuff for the first time. And so we'll see. I feel like they're prepared. We went down on Sunday and played a practice round. So I think the boys and the girls are very prepared. They know what to expect. They know what the course is going to look like, so they won't be surprised. It's just a matter of going out and performing. They all can hit the golf ball. They can all play golf. It's just how much of the mental game can they handle. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like how you said, to get better at it, you can't practice, you have to play. Because I've seen, I sometimes go to like Braylon and stuff, and I'll drive by and I'll see like people playing or driving on the driving range, and I guess you can't really experience like the type of like walking and the hazards and everything if you're just practicing necessarily, but having like the tournaments and outside things, definitely I can see how that helps. Yeah,
practice is more for the technical side of golf, fixing your swing, working on putting, your putting stroke, chipping different distances, working on play out of the sand, those kind of things. But the mental, you can't practice the mental side of the game on the range. Like that's not, you got to go play. You have to play golf. So like recently, we practiced a lot at the start of the year working on the technical side of our game. Everybody pretty much knows their swing at this point. Now it's just about going and playing and figuring out the mental side. That's basically all we're doing.
Awesome. So preparing for, I guess since the beginning of the season, preparing for this next game and next week's game or state, what have you guys been doing specifically in practice to get ready?
So we played our last match against Whitewater last Thursday. We'll play area tomorrow, and then next week, I've never done this, I've wanted to do this last couple of years, but to try to simulate the pressure, we're having what I'm calling a grudge match, where the kids are playing against their one of their parents. And anybody that's ever played against their mom or dad in anything knows, like, all you want to do is beat them, right? You want to beat your parent as bad as you want to beat anybody else in this world. And so what greater pressure to put them under than to make them play against their mom or dad, whichever one wants to play against them, and make them try to beat them and put them in that pressure situation. It's as good as I'm going to be able to do to simulate that feel of having that pressure of trying to beat somebody. You want to beat somebody so bad, you want to perform so well. That'll be the best simulation we can do. So we're doing that on the 9th, and that'll be like our last kind of official round competition. And then we'll go down to LaGrange the following weekend of state and play a practice round. Practice a little bit down there and then play 36 holes over 2 days.
Wow.
So
that's cool. I didn't know it was over 2 days.
Yeah, we play 18 on Monday and 18 on Tuesday. We'll actually miss final exams on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
If we qualify, which I think we will.
That's awesome. You guys probably will. Hopefully. As the coach, like watching, I guess, the practice or being there during the practice and the games as well, what do you think the biggest thing holding the team back is? Like, what is the biggest obstacle?
It's experience, and it's not just experience as far as like managing the course or anything. It's more about they're not real sure when to be aggressive, when to be more conservative, especially on the boys' side. The boys tend to think they should birdie every hole. like they're professional golfers, like they see on TV, and it's just not possible.
Right.
You know, at some point you have to manage the round because you're going to hit a bad shot. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want a bad shot to turn into 3 bad shots. That turns into 6 bad shots, and then your round's out of control and you play terribly. So that's the part for them that, you know, we talk a lot about. Look, don't let a bad shot linger and turn into 3 bad shots, or turn into, you know, 1 bad hole turn into 3 bad holes. So that's really what we work on. That's what we talk a lot about, and that's probably the biggest thing that we're not very efficient at yet is managing our expectations and having a realistic look of, all right, I can't make this shot. I need to just punch out and play it safe. You know, and then if they are playing well, hey, I'm playing really well, I'm going to be really aggressive at this shot and see if I can get a birdie on this hole, even though I wasn't thinking this was a birdie hole type thing. So those scenarios, again, it's just experience. It's that part that they lack, and we'll be better at that next year.
Okay. That's, I guess on the contrary of that, or opposite of that, what would be, like, what is the best strength the team has? What are they not the best at, but what is their biggest strength?
Honestly, the lack of experience is an advantage to part of this, because they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
You know,
right.
And so they're kind of naive in a lot of the things that are going to happen when we get down to state and how crowded it's going to be and all that kind of stuff. And I want to keep it that way. Like, I just want them to go out and play golf and not worry about all the other stuff that could be involved in being down there, staying in the hotel over 3 nights, playing 36 holes. You know, there's a lot of things that can influence your round, and just I want them to kind of isolate from that and keep them from all that knowledge, because then we don't have to worry about that stuff. So the inexperience can actually be a good thing in some scenarios, and so I'm kind of keeping them in that realm and not exposing them to too much, because if you think about it too much, it can really overwhelm you, and then you really have no chance of playing well. And so right now, they just know that they're going to go play golf and that they're supposed to play well, and that's how I want them to have that mindset, right? I don't want them to think of all the pressure and think about past successes and all those kind of things. I just want them to go play golf.
Interesting. I know that can be definitely a big make or break factor, especially with I guess new or younger kids who aren't exactly used to that kind of pressure. You know, if you think about the amount of times I've heard of "don't think, just do," you know, the amount of times I've heard that, that's a good example. That's interesting.
So, you know, it's just like every other sport here. You know, our school has a standard, and a lot of times our kids play well in pressure situations because they expect to win, because we've won here for a long time in a lot of different sports, and golf's one of those sports. You know, we've won 6 state championships in the last 7 years, so we've had a lot of success. And so even though these kids don't have a lot of experience and they haven't been a part of any of those teams, they at least know that the program has had that level of success, and so they expect to continue on that path, and that's how we want it. We want them to play to that standard. So,
well, good luck for next week and the week after that. I hope you guys do well and have fun.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Once again, I am EOC Adeline Harper, and this was Coach's Corner with golf head coach, Coach Waller. For more news, make sure to go to theprowlernews.org and follow us on Instagram at SMHS Prowler.